Hi, I'm Becca Merrifield, and I'm a senior designer at IDE Ethiopia, a place where we are empowering entrepreneurs to end poverty using a human-centered design approach. Human-centered design, or HCD, is a methodology that inspires innovative solutions to complex problems by putting people at the center of the design process. IDE Ethiopia has been using HCD to develop our sanitation marketing model since 2013. But most recently, we've put the methodology to work in a different way. We're focusing on youth and women from pastoralist regions. To be more specific, the Resilience in Pastoral Areas project funded by USAID aims to diversify their livelihoods and develop resilience in the face of climate change and economic hardship. One of the places where we are working is Somali, a lowlands region where people have been pastoralists for many generations. Before conducting in-field research, the human-centered design process requires a foundation of knowledge about the local environment and target community. In Somali, we did this early research by mapping out stakeholders, conducting key informant interviews, and learning as much as possible. At this stage, we learned that the Somali region has endured significant livestock loss and ethnic conflict, leading to a humanitarian aid response, but minimal livelihood diversification. We then engage with a variety of stakeholders directly to better understand their daily lives, their roles in a business or market, and their motivations and behaviors. We often conduct one-to-one interviews so that we can really get to know people and develop a sense of trust. To inspire people to share their own ideas and solutions, we use what are called participatory tools. Here, we used a tool called How, during which we prompted individuals to map out the steps of how they would start a business, why, and with whom. This led to more discussion about which businesses youth are interested in pursuing, and also shed light on their mindset and motivation as a young entrepreneur. When researching, it is also important to talk to people outside of traditional stakeholders who may be influencing the challenge we are trying to address. In Somali, we also talk to elders who lead their communities, government officials, and traders involved in local value chains. This allowed us to learn more about the barriers and opportunities of each business and the roles and influence of each stakeholder. When the research has been conducted, we try to understand what we heard. We reflect with one another, record and organize the information by themes, and we start to develop insights. At the end of the research phase in Somali, our team reflected on the data and began developing frameworks to make sense of common themes. Then, with the challenges, opportunities, and data identified, we can start to brainstorm and test ideas. We do this step so that we can gauge interest in the idea and test aspects of the solution for feasibility. It's also a crucial stage in which community members who will be using the product or service can actively engage in the design process and take ownership of solutions. During a co-design session in Somali region, we brainstormed several ideas, selected the top 3 that community members deemed most desirable and impactful, and then refined the ideas towards a working model. The ideas we developed included a woman-to-woman mentorship model, a transportation service for products, and an inputs distribution service, which stakeholders began to take ownership of as they further refined the solutions. Finally, with our ideas prioritized and tested, we can begin to implement solutions. After our co-design session in Somali, we revisited the challenges that Somali women and youth face in diversifying their livelihoods, and we determined that the ideas developed during the co-design session would directly address the identified challenges. Since community members and stakeholders already developed these solutions, we immediately began the implementation phase through a first pilot. As the project continues, we will also continue using HCD to refine and iterate upon these solutions. Human-centered design is an invaluable tool when creating products and services because it considers the user from the very beginning. Applying this methodology in international development and to unique communities such as pastoralists allows us to be creative, to fail fast, and to unlock results that are desirable and appropriate and originate from the people who are most invested in the problem. At IDE, human-centered design is an essential tool in empowering entrepreneurs to end poverty.